So this is another custom order that I thought you might be interested to see. In essence, this is just another end grain chopping board, but it's the size of the thing that caused me some issues during the manufacture and making of it. Anyway, the size is 630mm diameter. Yeah, it's going to be a round board, 630mm across, which is the exact width of the average worktop without having to scribe it back into the wall. 630mm and 60mm deep, and as I mentioned, in end grain. So initially I thought, good heavens above and bless my soul, why would anybody want a board that big? But it's not going to be used as a chopping board per se. Instead, it's going to be used as the end of the worktop on a peninsula or island run of units in the customer's kitchen. So it's going to sit on top of a round unit, and I think look absolutely stunning. If you watch till the end, you'll see exactly what I mean. The one thing with end grain material is the grain just pops, looks absolutely superb. Now there's nothing particularly noteworthy or different about the prep right up to and including the first glue up for this board, exactly the same as you would do for any other, or indeed for any other project. Cut your timber to length, square it, flatten it, size it down, glue it together, but everything all standard. So I won't continue with my drivel over all of that. I'll just let you watch and enjoy the sounds of the workshop. So this is where things start to get a little different, and to be honest, more than a little awkward. As mentioned earlier, over 630mm wide, 650 at this point, and the only tool I've got that I could use to flatten this, machine that I've got that I can use to flatten this, is my drum sander, because it's open-ended and called, quite appropriately, a 2448. If I didn't have that piece of equipment, I would be forced to revert to other more physically strenuous approaches, such as a belt sander or, God forbid, a hand plane, and that would be far too much like working for my liking. So I pass it through the drum sander, take out the other side, turn it round and pass it back through again, and as you can see, it's more than a little cumbersome. This is one of those times where I thank my lucky stars that I've got a true sliding table saw, as opposed to trying to rig up a real extended crosscut sled on a standard cabinet saw. It made this part of it, cutting down 630mm, an absolute breeze. In fact, my table will accommodate up to a 1200mm piece if I move the drum sander out of the way, but like I say, walk in the park. Thank you, Hammer, or Felder. At this point in the video, you should be watching me setting up the circle cutting jig and showing you the fact that I've made a new extended, larger size base plate for it. Unfortunately, I can't show you that because I'd managed to damage the lens on my camera and didn't realise it until after I'd done the job. So all of that's useless and a total waste of time. So instead, I'm just going to tell you that I've upgraded the circle cutting jig plans and made a new larger base plate for it, so you can get even more double-sided tape on it and make it better. If you've already bought the circle cutting jig, then the altered plans are available for free. Drop me a line and I'll send them to you. And if you'd like the new extended side base plate, then I'll be making a new product on the Etsy store where you can buy the extended base plate and indeed a set of replacement 3D printed parts, just in case you happen to run over one with your chieftain tank in the driveway. So some pure mineral oil and beeswax, and a few minutes later, hey presto, we have a completely finished 630mm diameter end grain chopping board or replacement worktop for the end of an island or peninsula unit. And hopefully you'll agree with me that it looks superb. I've just had an email back from the customer as I'm recording this last bit to say they've received it and they're absolutely delighted with it. So I can breathe a sigh of relief that the courier hasn't dropped it or played football with it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much indeed for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Ta-ra.